All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Infinity Kingdom guide. In this one, we're gonna have a look at Loki, the Chaos Immortal, and the two events, Chaos Roulette and Primal Chaos Pinball, which are the two primary events through which we can get those Loki shots and max them out. I wanted to get this guide out the day before yesterday, the first day of the event, but unfortunately I got a bit busy, so you guys had to wait a bit. But it's finally here. I did some testing, crunched some numbers, and here's what I found from doing 3 days of both the Chaos Roulette and the Primal Pinball event. So beginning with the Chaos Roulette, the wheel event, it looks quite a lot like other wheels we know. And I mean, if you're a win player, then this wheel style roulette event is very familiar to you. You slowly earn them fragments and get it on by grinding the wheel. Lucky for us, this wheel is more like Wheel of Fortune than the Tris Roulette, meaning that you're spending gems for each draw or spin of the wheel, and the chance to obtain Immortal fragments are far greater than it is in the Tris Roulette. So if you're used to doing Tris for Holy and Shadow Immortals, then you're used to fragments being pretty much always the last spot you get. Whereas in this one, you really want to do single draws, because quite a few times you're gonna get the Loki fragments up front and in a few hits. Like in the beginning, I did 5-man draws because I'm used to Tris, but that's wasting quite a bit, especially since we are limited to a total of 150 daily draws. So you really don't want to do what I did and waste 3 draws on nothing. Check out this picture. Yeah, don't do that. Also, you're obviously wasting gems. This cost me 1200 gems and 3 draws. That was just completely useless. So for the event, it's pretty much what we're used to, spinning the wheel, and we've got the bonus bar, which is really what makes or breaks this as an efficient event, because you're gonna get 6 boxes of 10 fragments each, as well as the jackpot up top, which you unlock at 400 draws for a total of 40 fragments more. So all in all, you're gonna get 100 Chaos Immortal fragments, Loki fragments, by doing 400 draws in a single event across the 3 days. This leads us into, well, how many fragments do we actually need? Because Loki is not like the other Immortals. It's something new. I mean, we have Epic Immortals already, which cost 60 to unlock, and 30, 60, 90, etc. At a total of 1020 fragments to max an Epic Immortal. But Loki is something entirely new. The Chaos Immortal Loki requires more fragments to upgrade than any other Immortal we've seen thus far. He's simply just a tier above Epic, and to max him, the unlock is 80, then it goes 50, 100, 150, 200, 250 in 50 increments, all the way to the 7th star for 350 fragments. Now the artifact one is a bit dicey because no one has actually unlocked this artifact yet, but I'm betting that it's around 200, which would be the same proportionally as Epic Immortals and previous Immortals would be. It could be slightly lower, but that's what I've gone with for this one, making sure we get enough fragments. Because enough fragments, we need to max our Loki. We want those 7 stars, and we want that artifact on him in order to make him really, really useful. So let's have a look at how to max Loki with the Chaos Roulette. To max Loki entirely via Chaos Roulette means maxing him using only gems. This is a pretty big upside for many players, because I mean, it is so many gems that a free-to-play is gonna be spending quite a long time getting him, but mid-spenders, you're gonna have quite a few gems, and everybody can kind of begin to stockpile up and unlock Loki. You don't have to pay for him, although realistically you're gonna pay for him if you want him anytime soon. But it makes him quite a lot more available, and I really appreciate it when the devs add gems as a way of doing stuff. It means we can bank up and focus on what's important to us. Right, let's figure out how many gems it's gonna take us to max Loki with just the Chaos Roulette. We've got like a total of 400 draws. We're gonna only do 400. We could do 450 given the max, but we're gonna do 400 because it's the bonus bar that's really important in this event. You're reducing your efficiency quite a bit, as long as after the 400th draw you're not building towards any bonus, and as such you're only going to get wheel rewards. So what I did is say, let's make the calculations based on 400 draws, 300 gems a draw, and see what happens across the 3 days. So doing my 400 draws, that costs me 120,000 gems. And what it gave me was 220 fragments from the 400 draws, as well as a additional 100 bonus from completing the event bonus bar. That comes at a cost of 375 gems per Loki fragment, and since we need 1680 all in all, but we are getting 80 for free in the event, then we need 1600 fragments at 375 gems apiece. That is a nice and round 600,000 gems. It's also going to take you 7 events, a bit more than 7, so you need a bit of luck. Maybe you're going to have to do 8, but it's a 7.2 the math, so I rounded it up to 7 because hoping you're lucky. But you're gonna do around 7 events, spending around 600,000 gems in order to max Loki entirely via gems. Now, entirely via gems leads us to the second event, because the wheel is not the only way to get Loki fragments. We can also get his fragments via the Primal Chaos Pinball event. Pinball's likely, it's likewise also a new event that is a copy of an old event. So while there are differences in the sense that we're playing for Loki fragments and we're spending a new kind of event currency, it is a one-on-one copy of previous pinball events. I'm not going to go into depth about what the event is like. You guys all know that already. What you need to know is that it's a new event currency. It's called Eye of the Chaos. Eye of Chaos are available only in shop bundles. Usual bundles that you know from other pinball events, from Triss and stuff like that. They go a $5, $10, $20, $50, and then the usual $99, $100 bundle. Like always, the efficiency drops the bigger the bundle, and we have a limited stock on everything. Everything but the stock on the 100 bundles is 99. So realistically, you'd never buy more than that. But what's important is that you have a limited stock of 5 bundles for all the 4 non-99 bundles, which resets daily and which is far more efficient than the big ones. We knew from before that maxing Loki, we need a hell of a lot of fragments. We need 1680 like we discussed before. We still have the 80 from the other event, leaving us 1600 fragments to get. So what I did was I spent a little bit. I bought a total of 222 eyes, and I used an even 200 in the Primal Chaos Pinball event. 200 eyes gives us a total of 200 balls in the event, and as such 4 Mad Frog bonuses where you get, I think it's 10 balls for free. Out of these 200 draws, it's 200 eyes, it gave me 45 Loki fragments, giving us an average of 4.44 eyes per fragment. So this is what I've used to to move into the maths on how much will it cost us to unlock and max our Loki. Bear in mind that, as I said before, there is a daily cap. You know, every day you can get 30 eyes from the 5 bundles, you can get 60 eyes from the $10 bundle, 120 from the 20, and 240 for the 50. And then we have the big 100 bundle. Let's begin with what you do not want to do, because you really don't want to maximum using the Primal Pinball event alone. If you do, it's going to be 9.5 grand just to max Loki, spending a whole lot of eyes, because you do need 83 of the big bundles, if given the same drop rates as I've had thus far, which is quite a premium to pay for this model. What you want to do or could do as a major whale, I still wouldn't recommend it, but the fastest way to get them would of course be one pinball event and one roulette event. So let's bear in mind that we have the 320 fragments from our 400 wheel bonus clear spins. On top of these, we're gonna buy all the efficient bundles, I'm gonna call them, for all 3 days, you know, all 5 stock all 3 days, and then we're gonna top off with the $100 bundles for as much as we need. And that is really where the kicker is, because as you can see, we are still gonna need a lot of these big bundles. We need 62 of them, which comes at quite a premium, but for 7.5 grand, you can $7,500, you can max Loki in these first 3 days. You can have it maxed today. If you are a whale but not that big of a whale, then you maybe want to do him in 2 pinball events and 2 roulette events. I think this is a more realistic way where the biggest whales are gonna get him, because he is still slightly more expensive than a Holy Immortal, but across 2 events it comes close. He's gonna cost around $3,500. We're getting the 320 wheel event fragments twice, and we are getting twice the amount of stock out of the efficient bundles, which reduces our need for the big expensive $99.99 bundle to only 23. This means a total, like I said, 3.5 grand, but you do have to wait for the next event. If you don't mind spending more gems, more time, more everything on this, then I personally do like me. I'm gonna max him in the 7 events with just the Chaos Roulette wheel event. I'm not gonna spend on ice because I don't think it's very efficient. I would much rather spend on Triss and other events where I get stuff that I need. You know, I can build towards unique artifacts, I can build towards Holy Immortals and stuff like that, and still get gems from those bundles and use those gems to get my Loki. That's what I'm gonna do anyway. What you're gonna do is entirely up to you, but I hope that this gave you some information and made you aware of the pricing and the different ways of obtaining Loki. This was a bit of a special one. I think there's a lot of hype going around about Chaos Loki coming out. I think that deserved a standalone video. I'm working on another build guide right now. I've been hammered by quite a lot of comments lately, wanting builds and wanting something with wind, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming out next week. As always, please do subscribe to the channel. I consistently release new content here on the IK channel and on the official IK Wiki website. Links are in the description. On these channels you can find guides from everything in IK, from events to talents, passives, finished builds and game mechanics. With that, I'm gonna leave you, and as always, thank you for watching and see you for the next one.